special guests this year on this special virtual graduation are the royal family of Romania, Her Majesty Princess Margareta of Romania and her husband Prince Radu. It used to be said, and I fully agree, that from those to whom much is given, much is demanded. And this royal couple, knowing what is demanded of people of that high position, have met not only their obligations, but their ideals, same as our ideals, so nobly, with such commitment, such dedication, and such charity over so many decades, that it is a real honor and privilege for us to receive them here as our guests. This being a special year, since we are engaged in a virtual graduation, we will now confer the honorary degrees on the couple, and we expect and look forward to seeing them here next year for when we hand over the diplomas with the full citation. When our graduation, we are sure, will be much bigger and just as successful as this one. So I address my remarks now to Her Majesty Princess Margareta. Madame, it's a privilege that you are our special guest this year. And it is an honor for me, in recognition of your decades of committed work on behalf of humanitarian ideals through the Red Cross and elsewhere, and for the fine example you set, to hereby officially confer upon you the university degree of Doctor of International Relations, Honoris Causa, of the Geneva School of Diplomacy and International Relations. The full citation, Madam, because many are your attributes and contributions, will be on the diploma itself and the gown when we see you next year. And when that comes, that happy day also comes, we will ask you to take your tassel and move it to the left-hand side, like this, the side, the side of the heart. But right now, please consider yourself, Madam, as of this moment, officially Doctor of International Relations of the Geneva School of Diplomacy. And Madam, our audience will hear you speak in just a few moments. Sir, Prince Radu, the same thing for you, sir, if I can manage this here. So many years of committed service, showing the world what royalty is and what it can mean, and that true nobility is a commitment to the ideals of the United Nations, the international community, and humanitarian action. What you've achieved is most impressive, and it is our honor and our privilege to confer upon you officially, right now, the university degree of Doctor of International Relations, Honoris Causa, of the Geneva School of Diplomacy and International Relations. Madame and Monsieur, please consider yourself, as of this moment, Doctors Honoris Causa of the Geneva School of Diplomacy. Thank you so much indeed. And we are honored that you're here, and we look forward to seeing you next year. Thank you.
Good day to everybody. I would like to thank you, Mr. President, the professors and the students, all of you, for the honor of having bestowed on my husband and on myself this honorary doctorate from your university. This is a particularly important and meaningful gesture for us, especially for me. I grew up in Geneva. I was dedicated to humanitarian and international work since my youth, and therefore this honor is very much in line with my life and my life story. And I'm sorry we can't be together due to this situation. Hopefully we will be soon. And just to let you know that this gesture of yours is also an inspiration, because at the moment my humanitarian work has obviously been intensified due to the COVID-19 crisis. and particularly in the two organizations I'm most involved with, which is the Romanian Red Cross, of which I'm a president, and has been doing exceptional and effective projects around my country and also helping abroad when it's possible. And also my own humanitarian foundation, which is dealing particularly with youth and elderly who are vulnerable at this time. And we are developing more projects for intergenerational programs which bring together these two groups who are in particular danger at this moment, and we have been very effective. So thank you for this inspiration. Thank you for believing in what we're doing, and see you soon.
Mr. President, professors and distinguished students of the Geneva School of Diplomacy and International Relations, I would like to start by saying how grateful I am for your wonderful gesture to bestow onto me the title of Doctor Honoris Causa of your university. And also to tell you how much I believe that this prestigious title comes as a recognition of what the Romanian crown has been doing for 154 years now, and also as a recognition of the social work of Her Majesty Margareta of Romania, and last but not least, the recognition of Romania's achievements in the last 30 not very easy years that passed after the fall of the communist regime. Obviously, we are still locked down. The Romanian regulations do not allow yet to have a public activity like before. So this message is recorded in the heart of Transylvania, in the village of Săvârșeni, where the royal residence acquired by King Michael last century is. I would like to start by what impressed me most in your university last year when I first visited it. The first extraordinary impression is the principle that governs your school and your teaching and your process of learning. And that is, to govern means to serve. This is almost, if not identical, to what our predecessors, King Carol I, the founder of the Romanian relatively young dynasty, only 150 years old, is by historical standards a very young institution, and of everyone else who succeeded him until today. Indeed, to govern is to serve. And this truth is today more important than ever, when the most vibrant and established democracies in the world experience a dramatic loss of confidence of their societies into the leaders. And that is something about which your university could do a lot. The second very impressive aspect of your activity is that you embrace an extraordinarily vast number of beliefs, countries, cultures, languages, putting together in one room people, young people from all around the world. And this is the most extraordinary example that a young man or woman could have in the first years of their shaping of their personality and the beginning of their career. And last but not least, the fact that you are based in Switzerland, and namely in Geneva, which is such an extraordinary keeper of tradition, culture, and humanist approach, makes it even more extraordinary, starting with the headquarters of your university, which are a piece of history themselves, and finishing with the way you tackle the issues of today with sense of responsibility with generosity, and with what we ceased to talk about in the Western cultures, and which is the affection for our mankind, for the people around us, loving the others and trying to be good to them instead of being cynical, being responsible for them and for you rather than being critical, and so on. So thank you very much. We very much hope to be able to come to see you soon, and thank you again for this wonderful recognition that you offered us today.